Hello. Okay, this is part 2 of the Meyers Family. We have a little bit less than halfway to go. We're on we left off on page 141, so we're on page 142 now. So turn to page 142 in your packet and follow along with me. Okay. In all, Christopher illustrated 2 of his father's books while still in college. Shadow of the Red Moon, and a picture book called Harlem. Both times Walter suggested the idea, and both times Walter says the publisher was not happy about it. It gets too personal. They didn't want to have to turn down my son. So Christopher did sample illustrations and had them accepted. When Harlem won a Caledonian honor, everyone began saying, "Father, son, father, son." It's been much easier since then. In 1999, Christopher launched his solo career with A Black Cat, a haunting picture book that aptly traces the wanderings of a stray cat as he makes a place for himself in a big and not always welcoming city. The next picture book Walter wrote for Christopher to illustrate was about the blues. As in the past, Christopher showed his father the artwork for Blues Journey, only after he had finished it. Walter says, "I think he's still afraid of that father and son thing, the father as judge." Christopher agrees. "If we talked about it sooner, he might make some comment that would get into my head." But Christopher is not alone in his worries, Walter adds. "We're both nervous because we both want to hold up our end. We feed on the tension. Writing Blues Journey," Walter recalls, "was easy for me. I am comfortable with the blues lyric form. For Christopher, however, illustrating his father's poems was anything but easy. I wanted the images to tell a parallel story, not just link one-to-one to the poems." Walter admired his son's artwork, but was puzzled by a picture with a fisherman in his net. It didn't seem to go with any of the poems. So I wrote another poem to go with the image. Years earlier, Walter says, I learned about the power of images from Christopher. My wife and I collect photographs. We have about 10,000, and most of them most of Black life between 1855 and 1940. I began collecting them when I was teaching a writing workshop for middle kids in Jersey City. Christopher, who was 13, was there too, drawing the illustrations for the yearbook. The kids were so into the images Christopher was making, I thought, let's bring in some photographs. That experience also led to Brown Angels, which is pictured, I guess, beneath it, okay? Looking back, Walter says, I think that probably I have gained more from Christopher than he has from me. I've published more than 80 books. After a while, you repeat yourself. But with Christopher's constant push towards innovation, I feel refreshed. When Walter first saw the art for Blues Journey, he paid Christopher his version of a high compliment. "If I'd known you were going to do something that good," he told his son, "I would have written it better." By now, Christopher usually knows that when his father is teasing. Oftentimes, he says he'll call me. I pick up the phone, and he'll say, "Why are you talking on the phone?" And I'll say, "Because you called me." "Well, I'm working," he'll say. "I can't talk to people like you." Then he'll hang up the phone. In that joking way, there's also a seriousness, the idea that he's always working and that my life has to be about always working too. Okay? And that's the end of that. On the other page, dig deeper. It's page 146 in your packets. It's about fact and opinion. Okay, so I'm going to read so you can follow along with me. Biographies such as the Meyers Family contain facts about real people, along with some of their opinions. A fact is a statement that can be proved to be true. An author includes facts in order to give information. An opinion tells a thought, feeling, or belief. It cannot be proved. However, by including reasons evidence for opinions, an author can build a strong argument for his or her claims. Look back at page 139 in the Meyers Family. In this section, readers learn that when Walter Dean Meyers and his son would hang out together, Walter Dean Meyers thought it was cool. Which sentences support Meyers' opinion? Has the author built a strong argument? So, on page 139, it wants you to find a fact that would support the opinion that he thought it was cool that he was hanging out with his father, okay? So that's up to you to find. You're going to find his opinion is obviously that it was cool to hang out with his father. The fact is what you have to find, the sentence that would support that feeling, okay, of opinion. Okay, so that's it for this week. Thanks for watching.